Violence, drug smuggling is up, drug arrests are up, domestic calls, domestic violence is up. It's just, communities just do not have the resources to absorb this many migrants this quickly.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with commentary editor Conn Carroll. And Conn, both Trump and Biden spoke at the border on Thursday. A split screen moment, although as you pointed out, they're not actually speaking at the exact same time. We'll go with it. Why are we seeing Joe Biden suddenly so interested in the border crisis now?
There could be any number of reasons. Just in the past week, you've had just a slew of cases of violent crime, immigrants, migrants that were let into the country by Joe Biden. You had the nursing student in Georgia. You had a 2-year-old killed in the suburbs of Maryland here, or suburbs of D.C. in Maryland. And there's just been other violent cases across the country. This is going on at the same time that in not just Gallup's polling, but in Pew's polling, in Harvard's polling, the number one issue for voters is immigration, is the border, and they all blame Biden for the border crisis that we're seeing now. So he has to address this, and that's why he went down to the border this week.
That's sort of a remarkable surge in that being the most important issue after, even just as recently as an election cycle in 2022, it was abortion, it was the economy, it was a number of other things. Immigration has now kind of become a national problem. Do you think those, first of all, why? Why do you think it's surging so dramatically? And second of all, do you think the negative perceptions about Joe Biden's handling of the border are kind of baked in at this point? Just, is there any avenue for him to change them?
Yeah, taking those separately, it's not just the recent spate of violence. You have in communities across the country, in Democratic areas like Denver, is literally reducing hours, not firing people, but reducing the hours and pay of employees so that they can actually fund the housing, healthcare, food, education of migrants. And it's not just big cities. The Free Beacon did a report this week on Whitewater, Wisconsin. This is just a small college town, and they are $400,000 in the hole for the same reason Denver is. They have just a slew of migrants that have come to town, and they just don't have the resources to house, clean, and feed them all. And then there's also, they have the same problems with violence. Drug smuggling is up, drug arrests are up, domestic calls, domestic violence is up. It's just, communities just do not have the resources to absorb this many migrants this quickly.
And finally, we're hearing from some Republicans about stuff that would fix this, right? Building a wall. Speaker Johnson is saying, let's reinstate Remain in Mexico. Some of that is not going to be just as easy as snapping fingers in the event that Donald Trump does win. How difficult will it be for Donald Trump to sort of reverse this? How quickly can some of this be undone?
Sure. To go back to your second part of your last question that I skipped.
Sorry, I'm making you work today.
No, for Biden, it is mostly baked in. He's been president for 3 years. A lot of these policies he instituted on day one of his presidency.
Right.
This is something he owns and made a specific point of saying, I'm reversing what Donald Trump did. And then to answer your most recent question, yes, there's a lot Donald Trump to do on day one. He could reinstitute Remain in Mexico. Just being able to shut the door to stop the flow, to stop digging, would be a huge step in the right direction. What Donald Trump can do beyond that to remove these migrants from the country, I think there's only so much he could do because it costs a lot of money. But the number one most important thing, and would be a huge benefit, is to just finally shut the door.
Well, Conn, thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
You can get more writing from Conn and the rest of the commentary team at WashingtonExaminer.com.